He's crazy. So, so my little motorbike had a run-in with traffic. It was parked in a line of other bikes and a moped or two, and this goofball sideswiped a van that we were parked in front of, and then clipped my tire, knocked my bike over into a Ninja parked next to me, knocked that one over into a moped, and knocked that moped over into a moped. So the domino effect, and my poor little motorbike got a dented tank. And so I have been trying on new ones. Well, I've always, ever since I learned how to ride this little 250, I've been wanting a bigger one. So Alan got his, the Honda, I think it's a 750, and I like that one, but it's just a little too tall and whatnot. So I scanned the internet, all the major motorcycle brands, Harley, which I can't find any Harley that I really, couldn't live without that. And two, they're just so much, they don't fit me. That's just it. They don't fit me. And I'm not a rider that is going to ride a bike just because of the name, just because of the kind of motorcycle it is, the size of the motor, or this or that, or anything else. I'm going to ride a bike because I can ride it, I'm not going to drop a 30,000 bike because I can't freaking hold it up, So I looked and I looked and I looked, and looking on the internet and then looking at one firsthand is completely a whole different ball game, because I fell in love with the what was it? This was a while back, so it was a it was either a Honda or a Yamaha. It was a 900, and the pictures and stuff on the internet and on the site were it's like, that's it. That's the bike for me. That is it. So when I went to the dealer and I saw it, I was like, yep, nope, not for me. The tank was just so wide on that sucker, and there's no way that my balance would be proper on that bike. So the hunt remains, and I kept looking and kept looking, and I think I have found one. Actually, there's one bike, or I guess it's a series with 3 different bikes in it, and it's the Suzuki, it's the m50, c50, and the s50. And the difference between the 3 of them are they're all 800 cc's, and the s50 is built a lot like this little Virago, where it is a thin line. It doesn't have the thicker tank on it. It's a slimline tank, and it's low to the ground. So sitting on it, the handlebars aren't these little mini apes on it like this size. It's a more flat or straight line handlebar, but it's a whole lot like riding, or I don't know, riding, I didn't ride it, but it's a lot like sitting on this bike. The center of gravity and the weight of it was really light. And then the C50 and the M50 are 800 cc's, and the C50 has like the old school type fenders on it. It's more
This is a 50. C50.
See, the difference in this one and that one is the fenders, full fenders on it, and it's a lot like sportier looking, like if you like that old school look. And the M50, like that M50, but I like the C50 too, but they both have the wide tank, and it's a wider sit, you know, I mean, it's just a wider bike. And the only thing about the wider bike is that it wouldn't be as nimble as the thinner line of the bike on the S50. But I'm afraid that if I ride that S50, it's going to be like I'm riding this little bitty thing, and I want a big boy toy, you know, or a big girl toy. So I'm still on the search. I'm still trying to find the right bike for me, because it really sucks that you can't test drive these bikes, because I think that would be the kicker. Because you have a person like me, and they're wanting a bike, they're looking aggressively for a bike, and if I rode one and fell in love with it, that'd be it. I'd freaking buy it that day, you know. And when you can't test drive the bikes, it's just it's like they're killing their own sales. It's a big kite. Look at that. Oh, I hope that would suck if that sucker crashed right into me. That would freak me out. Oh man, that would suck.